When talking through informational texts, good readers focus in on text structure. It is the key to understanding what the message the author is trying to entail. It also gives you ideas about how you can create launch questions to ask your peers. Text structures refer to the internal organization of a text. As authors communicate or write an idea, they use a predictable text structure to communicate with the audience. This allows them to really get across the point in their point of view. Text structures are key things to hone in on for good readers. They link the main idea, the supporting details that illustrate that main idea, and these details are connected by transition words that link all of the text structures together. So as a good reader, if you can analyze text structure, you can figure out what an author is trying to say and what the key ideas are. When reading informational texts, your first goal as a reader is to identify the type of text structure. There are some common text structures. There is the chronological text structure, which details a piece in order of events. A cause and effect text structure, which describes a cause and effect, one event leading to another. A problem and solution text structure, which presents an issue and the way that issue can then be solved. A compare and contrast text structure, which looks at the similarities and differences between two topics. And a description text structure, which describes the who, what, why, when, and how of an event. It is the basic expository text structure. Each of these text structures has their own unique way of being formed and utilize specific transition words. In later tutorials, we will describe each and every one. Once you have identified the text structure that the author used to organize the piece, your next step is to find the main idea. There are two types of main idea: an explicit main idea and an implicit main idea. An explicit main idea is stated out in the open. An implicit main idea has to be inferred from the details the author gave you. To infer means to draw a conclusion from the details provided by the author. Let's give it a try. In this example, there is an explicit main idea. Let's read the paragraph. There is a problem with security in the garage. Radios have been stolen from 4 cars in our parking garage this month. Each time that these have managed to get by the parking garage security with radios in hand, even though they do not have a parking garage identification card, which people must show as they enter and exit the garage. Here the first sentence explicitly states the main idea. There is a problem with security in the garage. The other details provide evidence to prove this point. It is an explicit main idea. In this next example, we have an implicit main idea. Once again, that means you must infer or draw a conclusion from the information that is given to discover the main idea. So let's read this paragraph. Radios have been stolen from 4 cars in our parking garage this month. Each time the thieves have managed to get by the parking garage security with radios in hand, even though they do not have a parking garage identification card, which people must show as they enter and exit the garage. Yet each time the security officers say they have seen nothing unusual. In our last example, it clearly stated that there was a problem with security in the garage. In this example, you have to infer that from the information as given. What clues do we have? Well, first, radios have been stolen. And the thieves managed to get in the garage without the garage identification card. And finally, the security officers have seen nothing unusual. Those 3 points lead us to the conclusion that there is a problem with security in the garage. Once again, text structure is very important. It is something that good readers pay attention to. In our next tutorials, we will describe each of the text structures outlined in this piece. We'll go through a chronological text structure, a cause and effects text structure, a problem and solution text structure, compare and contrast, and then finally description.